What's up, guys? Iceman here. So, I just got done watching Godzilla, King of the Monsters. Now, I didn't finish the film, right? I've only seen this film once. It was in the theaters. And I purchased it on Blu-ray. Since then, I have a very nice surround sound system with a massive subwoofer. And you haven't seen this film unless you've seen it on my system, which is going to be seeing improvements soon here. But nonetheless, wow. I remember before King of the Monsters was released in 2019, there was this trailer that I saw. I think it was from Comic-Con or something. I'm not really sure where. I'm trying to find a thing on YouTube. I can't find it. It's bothering me. When I finish this video, I'm going to go look around and see if I can find it. But the trailer was at some sort of Comic-Con, San Diego, IMAX, something or another. And the build-up was just the most amazing thing that I've ever seen in cinema history. Alright? The way the music was elevating what we were witnessing in front of us. It was the scene where Ghidorah was frozen in the ice, of course. And Ghidorah is such an iconic figure in the Godzilla monsterverse, the three-headed dragon. I remember when I was a little duck-billed platypus, I'd go over to a friend's house and I would play with his Godzilla figures. Mecha King Ghidorah was my favorite. That was when I was introduced to Godzilla. I didn't know what Godzilla was until I started hanging out with this guy. I was probably 5, 6, 7 years old. And we watched some of the Godzilla films on VHS in his basement. And they were amazing. But this scene from Comic-Con or wherever, the way the music embodied the atmosphere, there was something so compelling about it. I just don't know if I've seen that replicated in the Monsterverse. But I long for that. It was some old song, some old-ass song. Piano. What do you call them? The guys who are la la. It was like an opera or something. And there's that little radar thing in the submarine that's sensing Godzilla coming up. Bang. Bang. The bass. And Ghidorah's out of the ice, right? He's thawed out. And you see his tail come up out of it. And you see both of his heads. And he's kind of like dazed for a minute. And then, of course, he zaps the guys who are just shooting him. I wonder why were they shooting him? Did they really think those little guns of theirs are going to do anything? Ghidorah's massive head. Then it like it lowers down. These guys are like standing here, like in front of him on the ice. When Ghidorah comes up out of the ice. And these heads are so huge. And they're blasting them with their little guns. And then the heads, like, of course, the heads are kind of, they have, there's like a bit of drama between the heads, right? Like there's a leader head, and there's like the dumb head, and then there's the other head that's lazy or something. There's like an alpha head. It's like a wolf pack. And I remember hearing about this while I was researching the Monsterverse. They had like actors portray the heads or something. I can't remember if it was one guy and he came up with the personalities for all three of the heads, or was there a guy who was behind each of the heads? I don't know which. But nonetheless, that was such an amazing scene. The way it meshed in the scale And those beams that Ghidorah shoots, it's like it vaporizes the guys. And then one of the heads even goes down there and it starts eating at them. It like starts playing with the pieces. I'm pretty sure it vaporized them, didn't it? Or it pulverized them? It's like little, like it blasts them into little particles. I think it's what it did. It was cool. Kind of like the World of Worlds thing. Remember those War of the Worlds things? They would shoot the beams at the people and like pop them. It'd vaporize them or something. It was kind of like that. Only more epic. And the beams were yellow, of course. And we're talking about like a dragon. Yeah. It's got to be the best MonsterVerse film so far. King of the Monsters. What do you guys think? 2014 was interesting, but it was so dramatic. The acting was probably better. But King of the Monsters, there's just so much going on. We get to see Mothra at the beginning. They fly around a little ship. You see Godzilla underwater. You know you're going to be seeing Rodan soon. But you see Ghidorah, and he's already thawing out. Didn't even take that long. And they have that first battle. You remember Godzilla gets blasted by his beams, and his atomic breath ray is like, just like Godzilla gets hit by, like they both blast their beams at almost the same time. And then Godzilla just goes flying, and like the beam like stays with him like a lightsaber, and it like pans across that big building. And it just like blows up. Wow. You guys should have seen that on my system. Boom. You could feel it. You can feel every footstep of Godzilla. But this video isn't about my home theater. It's about what I want to see in the MonsterVerse going forward. That sense of scale. You remember the main character? At the end, after Godzilla, he falls into the pit that Ghidorah came out of after Ghidorah blasts him. And then Ghidorah starts wreaking havoc. And then Godzilla comes back out. And the guy is laying on the ground, the main character, because his little airplane crashed or something, and he's laying on the ground, and he can look up, and that's kind of like reminiscent of 2014, where you get to see it from the person's perspective. And he's looking up, and you could see these titans battling from a person's perspective when they're on the ground, still vulnerable, and what a vulnerable position he was in. And he's looking up, and he sees these massive things about to collide again, but Ghidorah just like takes off up into the sky, and like the force just follows it up, and then Godzilla's like there, like, and like you can see all the spit out of his mouth, and it just like gets sucked up with Ghidorah when he's up in the sky. Wow. Yeah, what an amazing scene. I want to see more like that in the MonsterVerse. I mean, Godzilla vs. Kong, I'm going to watch them, all right? I still haven't seen them. I own it on Blu-ray. But they just got a bunch of hip-hop and rap and shit, and I just... they're like, they got a little facial... Don't they, like, smile and laugh and play with each other like they do? It's just not the same. We need to go back to Gojira. And I think that's what they're going to be doing in the upcoming MonsterVerse film. I've heard that they're going to focus more on Godzilla in this upcoming film. So I'll look forward to that. But let me know in the comments what you guys think about these matters. What do you want to see for Godzilla? The next one? Godzilla vs. Kong 3, or what the hell you call it? Godzilla 5 or something? What do you want to see in that film? Let's take it back to the roots. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace be with you.